Trahan to McNulty. Oh, it's been overthrown, and it's Dylan Fawsitt for the Aviators.
Tackler, leave it, Essex.
Can they
Get
build
onside,
to a
lads,
score
you're standing
here?
offside. Essex Tens, you're standing offside. Thank you.
Benzema. Campbell. Oh, if they could have got the ball away, they might have scored. But it's going to be in the hands of Essex 10 from the knock-on advantage. Luke Trahan runs it off the field, and JP Doyle blows the final whistle.
Next on Rugby Wrap-Up, Dylan the Butcher Fawsitt and Bryce Campbell of the Ohio Aviators, after their heroic efforts, come up just short in the World 10 Series Finals in Bermuda. Rugby Wrap-Up brought to you in part by The Pig and Whistle, the world's best rugby pub. The Murphy Kennedy Group, founded with the idea that construction can be done better. And Lean and Limber, stretching your way to a healthier lifestyle. Hey everybody, and welcome back to Rugby Wrap-Up. Matt McCarthy in Midtown Manhattan talking rugby. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks to our guests today down at the Bermuda World Tens Series just after the final, a gut-wrenching final. I'm bleeding Ohio Aviator blue like Mr. Dylan Fawsitt and Mr. Bryce Campbell. What an exciting finish, exciting match, but it had to be tough for you guys.
Oh, absolutely. But to be honest, you know, it was just a great caliber, and we're just delighted with the standard of rugby that was played. I commend my team. It was a phenomenal team to be a part of, and every boy gave their absolute all. You know, we're fairly tired now at the end of it all, but it was an amazing experience here. And what do you think, Boise?
Yeah, look, we had people playing out of position. Boys went down. We stuck it out to the very end. Could have gone either way. Just happy that the boys fought for each other to the end, to the last whistle.
So what was the biggest difference for you guys? Because you guys are 15s players through and through. You had a bunch of 7s players. It was really a cool contrast to watch as a fan, because you had 15s players up and down that lineup. It was an MLR all-star pack or the Ohio Aviators sprinkled with the likes of you, Bryce. But you're going against predominantly a team comprised of 7s players a couple of times with the London Royals and with SX10. What was the adjustment like? Because you guys made some adjustments coming into today.
I think we tried to stick as much to our 15s roots as possible. You know, like we had the big pack, and we tried to make sure that our maul and our scrum were like just our set piece was just just formidable. You know, and the rolling subs was massive. You know, like when you didn't have much left in the tank, you just rolled the next guy on, you got your recovery, and you were straight on again. It was such an exciting and amazing experience, you know, like, so sticking to that 15s mentality was massive. And then obviously you saw at the end there that the SX10s took to their 7s mentality and their systems, and you know, they probably had it. Now listen, they played 160 minutes less than we did throughout the whole thing. We had guys playing out of positions and everything. So I mean, like I said from the start, commending our team on the unbelievable performance that they put in.
Yeah, I think if you watched it from start to finish of the whole series, we progressed from game 1 to the last game there. We're a completely different team. And we showed that even against 7s boys in a 10s game, we can bring it to them and we can beat these guys. I think the biggest adjustment for us is we're 15s players. We like to drive a high line, and we like to go out and get people in defense, but making the adjustment to just stay connected in D was probably the biggest change for us. And then the tank was empty, and we were just running on fumes, doing our best to get it done, and just fell just short. But geez, we gave it our best effort.
It's not over yet, because I'm demanding a recount of minutes played and maybe a revoting of the champion, because, you know, this is just an outrage that they played less minutes.
Listen, we're delighted for SX10s. We're delighted that this whole thing went ahead. It's probably one of the best tours I've ever been a part of. You know, I commend the whole organization, and to be back with the Aviators again, you know, from where it all started for me, was just so special. And Tom Rooney was just unbelievable with our team, and like to make the connections and make the friendships that we've just made. It's just, you know, you can't put a price on that sort of stuff. So I'll be pushing it and hoping that this is all going to kick off. And listen, there's a massive ceiling here for it, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens in the future.
Did you guys have a chance to watch or listen to any of the commentary? Because I was just wondering if it was a sort of like, well, the American team, the Ohio Aviators, and even the Rhinos were kind of like, they're here, but they're going to get killed. It wasn't that direct in the commentary, but it was kind of, this is the London Royals or the Essex Tens to lose.
We love that. We love that stuff. Like let them ride us off. They rode us off in pro rugby, and they'll ride us off again in the future, I'm sure. But we'll keep raising the bar, and we'll keep making sure that we get it done. So, I mean, it's one of the greatest things to be branded the underdog, because we come back fighting each time. Back us into a corner, we'll come out fighting, and we needed Matt McCarthy there. Let's put it like that. We needed you there to make sure that you were fighting our corner. So. If all that stuff was going on, sure. Listen,
I did what I could on Twitter. I kept banging away on Twitter for you guys, the Butcher and Bryce, and but I couldn't find your Twitter handles, so I couldn't include you. But one question for you, Dylan, out of the gate. Oh, there he is. Dylan, spotting flies for you initially because of this. It wasn't a full pack.
It was enjoyable, man. Just very enjoyable. I'll put it like that.
And Bryce, the physicality between this and 15s, what was the difference?
Look, coming into this, I didn't expect it to be as physical as it was, especially with the brand that we played. We challenged everyone's physicality. It's not sevens. It's a lot different than sevens. It's not as much space as you thought there'd be, but it's a serious game. It's a lot of fun. And
Dylan, what was the kerfuffle at the end of your match with the London Royals with Lutz getting involved? Was he cited?
Yeah, no, he did. And, these things happen. I think he was just trying to back up his boy. And, we don't come in throwing punches, but, we always back each other. We'll always back each other till the end. There's Chris Bowman in the back in all his glory. But we back each other to the hilt, and I can't say any more about it, to be honest. But Tion put in a massive shift. He was a big loss in the end, but he really, really was amazing throughout the competition. So, we'll leave it at that. Yeah.
So how great was it for you MLR guys to get this run in?
Oh, it's massive. We've been itching to get out and play for 6-8 months now, and just when I heard this was going on, I was just so stoked to have something to look forward to. Didn't really know what to expect, and my expectations were blown out of the water. This whole tournament has been run to a T, unbelievably, in a great place with some great people involved. And I'm just happy, as well as all our other guys are happy, that we had some sort of rugby to play heading into next season.
Well, I got to tell you what, watching this whole event on ESPN Plus, right from my apartment in Manhattan, all it did was make me want to be there. Watching you guys, the competitive nature of everybody, the talent level was high, the production value was really great. It wasn't one of these rinky-dink productions that we're, so unfortunately used to sometimes. It was fabulous. So this was, I'm all in for next time.
Matt, there's one thing with us is, we'll always put in 100%, and hopefully that then puts bums on seats. So we're trying to build this brand throughout the whole United States and make sure that it continues to be the fastest growing sport in America. And I'm only thankful my wife, who's expecting our first child, let me to get over here and have that experience. So thanks, baby. And we'll leave it at that, Matt. We're gonna have a celebratory beer no matter what.
You guys might have a cocktail or two. Is that what you're telling me?
Maybe a dark and stormy or two. Yeah. All right.
Is it going to be a Gilgroni?
Absolutely not.
I can't wait till they roll out the Gilgroni. We'll see how it tastes then.
All right, guys. I really appreciate you making the effort. You always go above and beyond, and it's not lost on me. Two stellar individuals on the global rugby landscape, Mr. Dylan the Butcher Fawsitt and Mr. Bryce Campbell, a.k.a. Soup.
Cheers, Matt.
Take it easy, guys. Have a good time. And there you have it. Rugby players, once again, proving that they are the coolest of the athletes on the planet. Coming on camera right after that loss, Mr. Dylan the Butcher Fawsitt of Rugby United New York and Team USA, and also his Team USA teammate, and now playing against him, Bryce Campbell with the Austin Gilgronis in Major League Rugby. But how cool is it that they came on? Thank you, gentlemen, and thank you for tuning in. Matt McCarthy for Rugby Wrap Up in New York, signing off.